right. Welcome to the draw number, what are we at? Draw number 3 at the GNCC Club Playdowns here at the Potomac Rowing Club. This is, yep, you're muted. There we go.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome. This is Courtney Flick and Ken Clark, and we're going to be bringing some GNCC Club Playdowns. This is a qualifying event for the Club National Championship, and we can talk a little bit about what all that means, but I'll let Ken kick us off. We have all 4 games on the stream, 2 on one feed and 2 on another. This is a little new for me. I'm not always the greatest at keeping track of more than one game, but we'll see what we can do here.
Yep, so our feature sheet, technically the sheet B, and we're pretty much watch sheet C almost as much, and we'll keep an eye on the other sheets. So if you're watching our sheet A, D stream, don't get too confused by our commentary. We're probably talking, if we don't say a sheet number, a sheet letter, we're probably talking about sheet A or B, I mean B or C. But we'll try to remember to say sheet numbers when we're talking about something.
So on sheet B, we have a Potomac showdown, and we have Team Smith against Team Delarmente. Do you want to do some? Should we do team introductions? Turn me down a little bit, I guess.
A little bit. Yeah, you're a couple decibels louder than me, I believe.
Just a couple. So we can start with Team Smith. In the hack right now, we have Gilad Kempenich at lead in the very smartly dressed outfit. We have Steven Enochson, and third is Melvin Shaw, and at skip is Nick Smith. You want to do Benjo's team?
Yeah, let's get it up here. Okay, so Benjo has a team of 5, so I'm just seeing who's actually playing today. I do see Ben.
Benjo's skipping, Benjo Delarmente. It looks like Devin Brower is playing vice. And sorry, I'm looking at their team lineup over here. Ben Peters is playing second, and Connor McCadden is at lead.
Yeah, and Kevin King is our 5th, who is not on the ice at the moment.
So it's Ben Peters who just got this hit heading off on us. So Ken, what can you tell us about the ice conditions you've seen so far? I know this week there's been a lot of buzz around the club. They touched our rocks up, which means that they take a little bit of sandpaper and they put the rock in a box and twist it a little bit and add a little bit of texture to the bottom of the rock, and it makes them curl a lot more. So I think there should be no shortage of curl. It was looking pretty good this week.
Yep, yeah, so like the first couple days after they sharpen the rocks, they tend to do strange things here and there, but they've calmed down a little. We usually get that weird little edge off in the first our league games. By the time we get to this Bonspiel, things seem to be pretty consistent from what I've seen.
Whoa,
but plenty of curl.
We just got to the gun show here. Connor is already down to a tank top. My goodness. Having played in this club a lot recently, I can tell you I'm usually wearing toe warmers. It is not a warm ice shed, generally speaking. So I'm always entertained by people who can have bare skin and play here. Okay, so maybe I should pay attention with what's happening in the game.
Oh, well, it's the first couple of rocks. It's the usual stuff, guards, rocks, hits. Something in the house,
We could go ahead and introduce the teams on sheet C as well. Sure. I grabbed a picture of their lineup because I know I've been playing around the GNCC for a minute, and I know a lot of the people in these games, but I don't quite know everybody.
Well, I got their names here anyway. So we have Ryan Smith lead, James Ennis second, Matthew Kenlin third, and Bradley Gould is skip.
Brady. And on Team Leichter, we have Ben Clark at lead, Jared Whittish at second, Ryan Hallisey at third, and skip Alex Leichter. I have had the good pleasure of playing with people, many people on Sheet B. I actually played in a Bonspiel with Jared Wittich at one point. I've made my way around the GNCC a little bit when it comes to curling. But yeah, so what we have had going on our feature sheet B here, there was an early miss by red, and yellow got 2 rocks in the house, and they've been kind of chasing, and it seems like while I was paying attention to sheet C, there was another miss, because now it looks like they're sitting 3, and Melvin being asked to, I think, play the double.
Yeah, go for 2. Yep.
Yep, I'd love to open that front back up and make sure with Melvin's second stone that Nick has a nice clean shot with his last to make sure that they score. This is a tough double to hang around the house. Yep, so it just pushes that one to back button. Not quite ideal, but hopefully Nick will be able to keep it open enough that they can score.
Looks like red does have hammer, so Smith has hammer there.
Oh no, Ken, I just saw somebody jiggling the rock handles on sheet C.
Did it look loose, you mean?
Andy is coming with the key, so
okay.
I was worried I was going to lose you for a minute there to your ice responsibilities.
Yeah,
but,
Andy's my backup ice tech today. So.
Andy's got it covered. For those who are not familiar,
I heard the timeout called. I guess I should have been doing my job and looking why the timeout was called.
Oh, yeah. I didn't actually hear the technical get called. But for those who are unfamiliar, there's a bolt on the bottom of the stone that bolts the handle to the stone, and sometimes those can come loose, and you just have to use a hex key to tighten that back up. Man, we're up to 29 people in the Sheet BC feed. Send me some messages, folks. Who are you cheering for? I am happy that we have 2 Potomac teams on the feature sheet, but I have played on a team with every person on Sheet Smith on Team Smith at least once, so I have to say I'm a little biased in my commentary.
But at least it's all Potomac, so
it's all Potomac, yes.
So we're pretty much biased in both directions here, I think.
Yeah.
Which it balances out.
Yeah, well, they've got Team Delarmente's got Nick Smith's team in a bit of a pickle here. He's gonna try to make a draw to try to freeze 2 shot stone. He may still be able to get 2 out of this if he makes a good freeze here.
Oh, Mindy's cheering for Potomac.
Hi, Mutagenesis 15. I don't know who you are. This name is not telling me. Oh, this looks like it's a little bit heavy. Uh-oh. Down to the back one.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
I think they're sitting second
their
now.
second shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Naomi. Mutagenesis. I should have known that.
Oh, she did say she was going to be watching us.
Yep. My teammates Dave Schlanger and Naomi Wang are traveling up to Bucks County Curling Club for a double Bonspiel this weekend. So they are tuning in on the road. I am shifting my gaze over to sheet C for a moment, and it looks like we have a pretty open end over there. Just, is that one yellow biter that I see? Or sorry, no, that's not the, what am I looking at up there? I am looking at the wrong sheet.
Oh.
That red is not a biter.
No, that one's.
No, I was
Oh,
looking
there.
up there.
Oh.
What sheet is that
That's
one?
A. It goes A, B, C, D.
Oh,
so-
I see. Sorry, guys. We have a... Ken has really set up an amazing web stream situation here. We have like views all over the place. It's a little much for my slight ADD in terms of focusing on one thing. Okay, so Nick gets another shot at this draw. Looks like it is against free now because Benjo tapped back the red, but he's got all sorts of backing on that side. So as long as he doesn't wreck the guard and isn't super light, he should at least cut them down to 1. Uh-oh. Steven indicating that it's a bit pacey. Sometimes when you get in your head that you have the backing, you play down to the backing. But again, better to give up 1 than to give up more than 1. So steal of 1 on sheet B here. Looks like we're probably cruising to a blank end on sheet C.
So that was 1 yellow on sheet B?
1 yellow. Yep.
And sheet D is just coming down to hammer.
Sheet D is another Potomac v. Potomac showdown.
So sheet A and sheet D are both at hammer if you're watching our second stream.
Oh, is it a hit for 2 on sheet A? Is that? Oh, or is she drawing? Maybe?
Just too heavy. Going back.
Did that pick?
Wasn't watching it. So just 1 red on, steal of 1 red on sheet A.
Yeah.
And meanwhile on sheet D, it's the just a draw for trying for 2. Oh, but it's crashing on the guard. So just a 1 red on sheet D for
Who's
Bera.
Yes.
So still.
So we have a lot of Potomac teams out on the ice tonight. Team Atkinson on sheet A, and the 2 teams on our feature sheet and 2 sheets on sheet D. So I'm happy to see that our club is well represented in this club playdowns. It'll be really exciting. This is the first year that the GNCC is going to have a team back at Club Nationals after the dark years, couple years where we were not members of USA Curling anymore. But this is, I'm happy to see that we're going to be participating this year because this has been a very well-attended event in my history as a curler in the GNCC. I've played in club playdowns many times. I've gone to 2 club national championships. So this will be really exciting. I believe this year it's in the Milwaukee Curling Club. Is that right, Ken? Do you know?
That sounds familiar, but yeah, I'm not.
I'm getting a thumbs up from timer extraordinaire Jamie. I still haven't been to the new Milwaukee Club. That club's not that old. I think less than 10 years even. I will highly recommend to curlers on this web stream, if you get a chance, go out to a bonspiel in Wisconsin. They put on a fun bonspiel.
Hammer on sheet C here. Is it gonna stop?
Uh-oh. Oh, he buried one behind that corner guard to force and got a steal out of it.
Yep, and 1 yellow for Leichter. Is that how you pronounce it? Leichter.
Yes. Team Leichter out of are they out of Broomstones? Is that the club they're from?
Leichter.
Or is that out of Philly?
Leichter is Broomstones, yes.
Or it's Broomstones. 'Cause I oh, we had a free guard violation on sheet B. So for those who are unfamiliar with the rules of curling, a guard that is placed in the space that's in front of the house and the region where that yellow stone was just hit, it cannot be removed until the 5th rock of the end. And that rock was removed from play, and so it gets returned to play. There's also a rule called the no-tick rule, if you are not familiar with it. If you have a guard that is sitting on that center line that runs right through the middle of the sheet, it cannot be moved off of that center line or bumped into the house for the same number of rocks. So these are rules put in place to try to keep the game offensive, so that people have to get rocks in play. Team Delarmente is set up very nicely here with a little bit off-center guards, but Gilad is being asked to clear those up. Oh, nice double peel by Gilad Kempenich. Opens that rock up.
Yeah, so the reason I've been quiet a minute, I was updating the bonspiel.com, so we have a live draw there. So for those of you who need to get away from your computer a bit and still want to keep an eye on their scores, just go to bonspiel.com/curldc.
It's Bonspieler.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with this website. We should actually put that link up on the Curl DC homepage, because I was looking for the schedule and I couldn't find it.
Yep.
So bonspieler.com, I see.
There's also a link to it on our YouTube for each draw we have it in the draw description. There's a link to bonspiel.com.
Oh, nice.
So.
I didn't look there. So Gilad being asked to make another hit here, maybe peel off this guard, potentially remove the one in the house as well. So we have two curlers on sheet B who have played, two nice shots by Gilad, my goodness. We have two curlers on sheet B who have played on international teams, not for the United States. Benjo is a member of the Philippine national team, and Gilad has actually played for two countries, neither of which are the United States. He played for a time on Team Israel, and more recently, I believe he was on Team Brazil. And so that's kind of a fun thing that some of the members of our club do. We have curlers. My teammate Naomi has played on the Taiwanese curling team. We have another member of our club who played on in the Indian curling team. I think there might be more than I'm forgetting. There's a lot of international curling.
Those are the ones I can think of. But
yeah.
And if you caught international in general, with like toppers all over the place, but not in the not at the same level.
Yeah, I have to say I hand it to Gilad, playing for two countries, neither of which are the United States. That one's not one you expect. Not even on the same continent. Uh-oh, we're getting a lot of curl here out of this rock, and it looks like Melvin's going to wreck on the guard. A little light for the draw as well.
I think the sweepers could have gotten it there, but just...
Yeah, it would have been like biting top 8 probably.
Yep.
So Benjo going aggressive here. He's coming around this center red. I might have been inclined to nose that one for a center guard, but you know what? If your team is making draws, then this is absolutely the right shot call. I got a 14.26 on this rock. Speed's really nice. I like my speed in the
look
the
at
low
that.
14.
Out of the tee line
Oof,
there.
yeah. It does appear that it kind of popped into the hole a little bit, so Nick is asking Melvin to throw one through the hole and try to hit that and roll behind the corner guard situation. Oh, this one's curling. I'm not right behind it, but I think he's got it. Ooh. Yes. Ooh,
Nice.
Not gonna get the roll, but I think it went through that center guard.
Yeah, Glad held it.
Yep. I'm still dying every time I see Melvin's shirt. Have you accepted cheeses into your life?
I didn't even see it.
It's pretty great. He didn't play in the Big Spiel this
Yeah,
year.
that's right.
That we were
Definitely.
saying that would have been a really good Big Spiel team. For those not local, we have an internal event called the Big Spiel, and every year it's a different big something. We've had Big Lebowski, Big Bang. This year it was the Big Cheese Spiel.
That helps differentiate it from a big spiel at another club, which
The Big Spiel of the Twin Cities Curling Association that takes place at like 6 clubs now.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was that big.
It's huge. How many is it, Jamie? 128 teams. I have played in the Big Spiel several times. I've made it. I've won events multiple times, which
Oh, another
actually,
nice hit through the fourth there.
I think I've won. No, I maybe just won once. I've made it to an event final a couple times, but man, it is a lot of games when you're playing in a 128 team event to make it to a final. And you're driving all over the place between the different clubs. Sometimes you don't really have much time to broom stack. And
I can't imagine trying to coordinate that event.
yeah. The ice
It takes a
conditions
team.
are so different at all the different clubs. That was when I've gotten to play at Frogtown Curling Club in St. Paul, which is the coldest. That is the coldest ice conditions I've ever played in. I believe it was 9 degrees on the ice when I went out there. And Jamie is yawning because I was supposed to play with him last weekend in the Sawtooth Outdoor Bond Spiel, but I got very sick and couldn't go. So my team had to play without me in negative 22-degree weather. So
yet another hit attempt.
yep, through the hole. Oh, wait, this needs to curl. Oh. Well, you got it done ugly. Unfortunately, this will leave Benjo a free draw around the guard, and he may have a little bit harder shot on his last one. Oh, Rob's been called over for an officiating question. Okay. I don't know what happened.
Probably discussing a lunch or something.
Lunch, yeah. So looking over onto sheet C while Benjo comes down with this draw, it looks like looks like Brady is sitting 1 behind those corner guards, trying to sit 2.
And this is down to last rocks on both A and D. Well, not throwing them yet. Oh, nice draw. There we go. On sheet B, beautiful draw to the forefoot.
Yep.
You could still hit it through that seam gap with just the right weight, I suppose, but
It is dead buried under there. I don't know that you could really make it through that hole. Unfortunately, I think the draw is probably the call because you could play that short run, but they've got that one on the side. So if you didn't make
if you shoot it and stick.
if you didn't stick it, or if you didn't make contact, you could give up a steal it two. Steal a one and you're still in this game. And they can grab the side button. They've got room. So it's a tough draw, but makeable. Let's see if Nick... sweeper... Sweep... I think they got to go for weight. Did they sit on this too long? 14-7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did it outcount the... They were not.
No, I think yellow's
It's just
two.
one.
Was two yellow, I believe.
Melvin just said one. We may have a measure here.
Yeah, I would definitely measure that. So they did precisely measure houses before the event, and the houses are off by about within a quarter of an inch. But if anything's closer than a quarter inch, you should.
Yeah, from that
hopefully
overhead,
measure.
it does kind of look like two yellow.
Oh, so sheet D, this is hammer drawing.
Oh,
in.
wow. Looks like Alex made a really nice freeze.
Beautiful draw on sheet D. Leaves one yellow. You got it right.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the sweepers weren't on that one. That kind of fooled them, it would seem.
And didn't see what happened on sheet A, but it must have been a hammer since red's throwing the next rock. Sorry, must have been a steal. I mean,
Must have been a hammer.
it must have been. I think it was a hammer.
I think the hammer was probably thrown.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ken, we're up to 39 viewers on our Sheet BC feed. Welcome if you are new to the stream. I am Courtney Flick, and I am with Ken Clark here, streaming from the Potomac Curling Club, GNCC Club Nationals Playdowns. While we're having this measure, I didn't get to see from the earlier one. It was kind of funny watching Rob take 3 tries to get the measuring device butt end to be in the right position to actually measure a rock.
Yeah, we've had that problem, but I wasn't watching at that point. I didn't see that happen.
It's too yellow. Okay.
So 2 yellow on
Sheet B.
sheet B. Steal a 2.
So for those who are unfamiliar with Club Nationals, this event is, Rob's adjusting the thing again. The Club Nationals is a national championship event that's done regionally. So we have, I think it's about 10 regions here in the United States. And there is a team selected in a regional playdown from each region. And the requirements for this event is that all members are all team members are league playing members of their respective clubs. So the spirit of this event is that you're putting together a team of players from the same club, and that adds a little bit of the complexity. You go to the event representing your club. You can't just pull team members from wherever. So a little different than your regular men's and women's U.S. nationals in that respect. There historically has not been a world level club championship, but I believe there is a new event that just happened this past year, and it is it's just a showdown between club national champions of Canada and the U.S. So I think Canada won the men's and women's in this inaugural year. So the winner of club national championship this year will represent the United States in that event for whenever that is. I don't actually know, so my apologies for not being prepared.
So sheet C, we're down to the hammer here. Sheet C is running a little bit behind the other sheets only because they had the handle of one of the rocks got loose earlier and they had a little technical timeout. But
we have a comment. I think there's a score issue.
Nope.
Sheet D and 3 on-screen score needs to be correct.
Ah, okay. Right.
Oh, we hadn't
yellow
gotten
and
that updated.
No, I made it.
Oh, it
one yellow is 2.
It's 2 yellow. Thank you, good buddy. Okay, so back to our game. We have a guard that was kind of a corner guard put up by Team Delarmente, and then an actual corner guard put up by Team Smith, and now a center guard. So we're gonna have some rocks in play, Ken. This is not gonna be an open end here.
So I was updating the score. I missed sheet C. What happened?
Oh, I missed it too. I can't pay attention to too many things.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
That's definitely a challenge. Nate, score? Thanks.
It was a steal of yellow. Okay, so pretty standard start here. We've got some guards in play, and Team Smith came behind their corner guard, and now Ben Peters is being asked to play a board weight hit. So for those who are not familiar, the board weight is would be if the rock travels through all the way through the house and then touches the sideboards. This looks like a nice shot. Really, that was a really nice board weight hit. So Gilad being asked to hit the yellow and also being called for board weight. I might play this with a bit more weight and try to roll under the center or over under the other yellow corner guard. I'm worried that with board, you're not going to have enough weight to really roll. Ooh, this is curling off the planet, though. Ooh. Ticks the guard, unfortunately.
Although that opens up the next shot at the yellow if it comes to that.
It does, and this is kind of one of those pivotal moments in an end. You know, when you have the hammer, you're really trying to draw play away from the center of the house. And, you know, what ticking that guard and leaving that rock there does is allows Team Delarmente to have a free draw under the center guard and could leave Team Smith chasing for the rest of this end. We'll see how well placed this draw is. It looks like it may be a hair heavy by the nonchalant way they're walking with it, and it does drift to the back 8.
Yeah, they pushed it a little back to the 8 because they wanted it to be better guarded, I guess. But
yeah, I think also so they didn't, you know,
they didn't want to be right behind the button where somebody could land
for a couple
on it.
in there. So if you know, you don't want to leave that back button so that Gilad can freeze and be shot. But yeah, and also gets it buried. So for me, when I have the hammer, I know there's some discussion about whether the right shot here would be to play the freeze down to that back one, or to just sink under that guard. And I think for me, my preference is to just sink one. That one was a bit heavy, so does chap open. So Devin will be asked to play the hit and flop under the guards. Oh, looks like this one was a little tight. So they cleared that center guard out of the way. So advantage Team Smith here now. They've got some corner guards in play, a lot of places where you can put another red rock. I think I kind of actually like going under the one that's just off the center. Oh, he's calling for behind. That one in the top 12 is, I think if you can get there, that's a really great spot. It just, that one's in the house, so maybe a little bit harder to draw behind, a little less room for error. But Melvin is a seasoned curler, and this shot would be well within his wheelhouse. That is curling so much, though. It is diving.
Yeah, it's heading right for the yellow.
Oof.
Yeah, that really took off.
Yeah. And yeah, I would have liked to see them a little more heavy cleaning, kind of just being a little more on top of that. With the rocks being freshly sanded, you know, we are getting a lot of movement, particularly inside out, so.
All right, nice hit.
Devin got another shot at that hit and makes it with no problem.
With the sweeper's help.
Team shot. So I think Melvin is being asked to play a hit and roll. I'd love to see a little flop under that corner guard to the left, but it looks like he's close. Whoa, 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 don't sweep it. Oh, a little bit too far on the roll. Shoot.
So Benjo's looking to get top house here to kind of guard the draw path. Figuring he's sitting 2 now, and he's already got a lead, so.
I will say, I like to point out teachable moments, and it was nice to go hard for the roll on that hit of Melvin's, but you have to stay for shot. It's better to nose that rock than to roll out and give Benjo a free draw here. You know, there's something that I really like to emphasize, and it's forcing if you don't force your opponent to play a harder shot, then you're going to be less likely to get misses out of them. And so, you know, I know you really want to go for a roll on these hit and rolls, but I think maybe we just weren't thinking about tolerance as much on that one, because Nick is possibly going to be looking at a fairly tough shot here.
Looks like Benjo's hit's going to be more than top house, I think, more than top 12. But, yep, top 4.
Benjo's broom appears to be kind of damaging the ice. There's a lot of cleaning up happening after each of his shots.
Yeah, I can see scrape marks on the house there.
Oh, hey, JP. My friend and teammate from up north is tuning in. The ice, I think the ice, the speed, JP's asking about the speed of the ice. I think it's pretty good. I timed a couple rocks and it was looking about 14.5 seconds hog to hog for a draw, which is a weight that I very much like to throw.
Ooh, just missed everything there on that hit.
Yeah,
So
that was an unfortunate way to miss that shot.
yeah.
Unfortunately, now I think he's going to be in a similar situation, trying to draw in there to either cut him down or to get one.
Oh, over on sheet A, when I wasn't watching, it looks like they scored 3 yellow.
3, yeah.
It was for Atkinson on sheet A.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those scuff marks are coming off of, but it looks like Steven and Gilad are cleaning up after Benjo just about every time he's throwing. So for those curlers on the web stream, I think we all know that the slide path does get a bit worn down during the course of the game, and so anything you can do to kind of minimize the damage to that patch of ice, because as the longer you go through a game, it gets a little tougher to maintain, and sometimes it gets kind of fudgy along there, and rocks will act funny. I've been asked to give a shout out to Laura and a cat named Gandalf.
So we got Hammer there on sheet D. Looks like 1, 2. No.
Hi, Gandalf. My cats like curling. I hope you do too. Let's see what we got here. Oh, looks like it's going to be another steal of 1.
So they're agreeing on sheet D, they're agreeing 2 red, and then I think they're going to call for a measure on the 3rd. Okay, maybe they just agreed on 1 red. Nope, agreed on 2 reds.
Rob's really getting a workout on measuring. I'm going to give a warm room shout out to the folks who are timing these games. For those unfamiliar with competitive play, we play on a clock here. For the 8 ends, you're given, what is it, Jamie, 30 minutes of thinking time? And the clock only runs when you're talking about a shot, and as soon as the person delivering the stone crosses, I believe it's the T line, they stop the clock, and then while the rock is running, they don't run the clock. But you're only given time to, a certain amount of time, and if you run out of time during the game, you lose. I have seen that happen only once in my many years of playing competitively. We were all sitting. It was not a game I was participating in. I was off that draw and watching some friends from my club play in a game, and their time was ticking down, and you know, we didn't think it was fair for us to try to flag them down and tell them. So we unfortunately just sat there and kind of watched it happen, and we're all just kind of looking like somebody's got to notice, and they did not notice, and they ran out of time and lost the game. I'm not sure what the outcome of the discussion is with the ice situation. Mindy is speculating that it might be the wrap on Benjo's broom. Benjo delivers with a corn broom, and it has what's called a Cobra on it, which is a stainless steel slider. So theoretically, that should not be damaging the ice as long as he's keeping his Cobra on the ice in between shots. Stainless steel needs to be kept cold, or it will actually melt the ice. It appears that he is going to a stabilizer potentially as an alternative. So that's why there's a little delay of game going on here. Jamie has been indicated to start the clock again. Okay, let's see if Team Smith can pull it together, and they're not out of this game. They just need to score 2 here. Would get them back in this. Got a few ends left to play. Steven being asked to put up a corner guard. Let's see if he can get a good corner guard in play and get them set up for a multiple score here. A nice shot by Steven, a good corner guard. Okay, so, sorry, just responding to a comment that I was getting. There was a request for the draw, and I believe if you look in the link to this.
On the description of the web, of the YouTube stream, there should be a link to our bonspiel.com/trolldc. Bonspieler.com.
I think Steven was going for a guard tick there. Unfortunately, ticked the rock in the house behind the center-ish guard. Not ideal. They're going to have a little cleanup to do there. But he does get partially tucked behind this corner guard, so Ben being asked to hit this one, but it looks like he might have been a little bit wide on this one. Though Connor is sweeping it like crazy and really got that to move, and even gets a roll under that guard. This is a pretty nice shot. I can't believe he got that to curl that much. It was literally going sideways. Just really goes to show you what a big, tall guy can do when he really leans on the broom. There's a lot of debate about sweeping rocks to curl. I will not pretend to know all of the nuances, but I think it's easy to see that on those down weight hits, you really can be effective. Ooh, unfortunately, Galad wrecks on the corner guard, taps the guard under their corner guard. Oh, doesn't remove anything. It seems like they're having a little bit of issues with maybe some rocks taking off on them in a manner that they're just not expecting.
Oh, gonna get out for the midstream tune-up on mid-draw, mid-game. That's the word. Sooner or later, I'd get there.
Yeah.
Mid-game cleanup. So you're on your own for a few minutes here.
Okay.
Or maybe many minutes, depending on if all
Yeah,
the sheets
I think
end
there's
up.
going to be a bit of stagger, so
Yeah.
you may be gone for a little bit.
Yeah, if you could update the scores here, if there's anything.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how motivated I am. Ken is also volunteering as a on ice person for this draw, so he is at the end of 4 ends. They go out and they touch up the slide path with a little bit of pebble and mop the sheets to kind of clean up the conditions a bit mid-game. So that's what you'll see him out on the ice doing that as we start going into our fourth end breaks. I have to say, I love this call that Nick just made. I think a lot of people see 4 rocks in the house as a newer curler and really want to hit something. And, all these rocks can be your friend. Unfortunately, this rock's got a little bit of pace to it, but it is moving sideways and is, I think, currently second shot, and needs to be dealt with. This is what I'm talking about. You got to leave a shot that's good enough. You play that with a normal weight takeout. If you're a little bit off, you roll out of the house and he just sinks another one. You use those rocks as your friend. This is an interesting call of Benjo's. With a 4-point lead, I'd probably be inclined to just peel that one out of the house. But he is called the freeze, which freeze/tap back. So you'll see Ben is employing a technique that's called knifing here. And this is where I say there's a little bit of, dispute about what does what. And I think knifing is one of those things that the jury's still out on. The theory behind it is you can make a rock curl without adding weight to the shot. Whether it works, I don't know. I listened to a lot of webcasting during the Grand Slam events, and they had Nicholas Edin, 9-time world champion Nicholas Edin, I think is 9 times. And his team does not employ that technique. And so they don't really believe that it works. And so, wow. Melvin called to make the freeze. Throws it a little heavy, but makes a pretty good shot off the wick. And you see what Nick's doing here is, he's trying to create a pocket at the back of the house so that when it gets later in the end, which it's getting later in the end, there's more stones to make it harder for them to remove these red rocks. that's a really nice shot played by Devin. Just a nice down weight. But what he's done now is he's left a rock in the back 8 and a rock on the button, and there's all sorts of stuff that they can kind of ping pong around on. I think Nick is going for the Hick now, which I don't hate. Now that you have, right now they are sitting 4, but he could get 3 of them moving and potentially bring that back one into play. So, you know, I think there's different ways to play this. I don't hate this call. Ooh, this is going sideways. Yep. And he got it just far enough so that they're 1st and 4th. So kind of chipping away at these rocks. I think it's going to get hard to make that back one count at this point. I probably would have gone with just playing the tap, but I don't think either is necessarily wrong. But Benjo's really doing a good job of using the kind of down weight taps to his advantage. I think he's coming at this with a bit more weight. Just remove it. Potentially also remove that back 12 rock that's kind of biting the back 8 foot, that 4th counter. If he can make both of these go away, then it's going to get really hard for Team Smith to score 2. This is curling. My goodness. Ooh. And that is why we like rocks in the back of the house. Because now he only has 1 rock to remove and he's sitting 3. So he was right. I thought the freeze. But again, this is just the importance of getting rocks in play and keeping them in play and forcing your opponents to make the tougher shots and make that precise hit. And I'm a big fan of this call too. He's going to try to half tuck around that rock in the top 12. He'll sit 1st and 2nd. And I think we'll kind of leave that hit to sit 3 sort of in, you know, for if you get a chance at it. Because if he half buries one here, it could get a little tough to remove either of them and maybe set up a situation where he could score 3 or 4. Probably more like 2 or 3, but a nice draw here will go a long way. Let's see how the sweepers do judging this. It kind of looks like they need to go. I feel like they keep waiting on these, and they're just not dragging them. The ice is just not quite as fast as they want it to be. The good news is that that rock is a nice guard for shot stone. I think if I'm Benjo here, I probably, oh, he's going for the freeze. I was just about to say, I think if I'm Benjo here, I probably, I was going to say I might hit that back 12 rock, but it's kind of buried behind his rock. So I think the freeze is the right call. They're only sitting 1. Just make sure this is deep enough that you don't leave them an easy double for 3. Okay. Freeze attempt is on its way. Kind of looks like it's out there a bit and maybe has a bit of weight. I can't really see the line. Oh, yeah. This has definitely not quite got the weight, but it will really, and now Nick will just have the draw for 2. I don't think he can get rid of those 2 without losing, getting close to losing his back red. So just needs to get full 8 foot here, a little more than full 8 foot to score 2 and get them back in this game. Alrighty, I'm gonna get a time on this, and we'll see how good the ice speed is. We'll see how well I can see the far hog line from here. My high chair in the warm room. Oh God. Steven is going out of his hand. This makes me happy though, because I'd much rather see them sweeping it out of his hand than walking it the whole way down the sheet and then shorting it. So 14-9 I got, and it looks like they're close. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, Steven. Push, 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 push. You got it. Good job. So good sweep. So that if anybody interested in the speed of the ice, I got a 14-9 on that. Hog to hog between those blue lines that you see. And that'll take us to our 4th end break. It was 2. So maybe I'll update the scores while Ken is gone. Looks like Brady's in a bit of a pickle on sheet C, trying to figure out a good way to get 2 here. Looks like it's going to be a hard ask for him to try to get to the inside of that shot stone. Okay, let's see if I can figure out this score updating situation. Well, it looks like red got 1 in the 4th end on sheet A. So that is a tight game between Kathy Jackson and Jen Atkinson. Dylan, did you see what happened on sheet D? No. Where's Tiash? Ran for a break as well. Did you see what happened on sheet D? 2 yellow? Okay. Thank you. So I think I am up to date. We do not have a conclusion yet on sheet C, so good things. Alrighty, so I didn't actually see what the call is, but I can't totally tell. I'm wondering if they're trying to hit that top red thin and send back the let's see, hit it thin onto the other red. Well, I'm not sure if that helped them. Somewhat unclear if that worked out the way they thought it might. They are second shot now, which is better than it was. They don't have a guard, and I think Alex will just pick this red one out to sit 4. But then they'll have a pretty relatively open nose hit on the shot stone to get on the board and get back in this game. On our feature sheet, we're down to the last minute of our break, and I have heard, and I don't know if this is still, it used to be the rule that you weren't allowed to start before a certain point, because at some point there was some team, you know, it's always like the jerks that ruin things for people. At some point there was a game, and a team went out to it was a 10-end game, so for their 5th end break, and the other team came back and threw the first rock, so the other team's clock just started running. I was like, are you trying to give me 5? Uh-oh, something's happening. Uh-oh. There's confusion on our sheet because Jamie accidentally restarted the time. Can they go if they want to? They're asking. Don't look at me. Steven looks confused. Nope. Michael says, go ahead. Michael, are you the head official of this event? See you. Our club's own Michael Dobbs is running the show at this event, helped out with our little timing snafu. I have to say, I can't time anymore. I tried timing during an event, and it stressed me out too much. I love to watch curling, but I was like I didn't even know what was happening in the game because it was so tense, like trying, because I've been on the other end of it, and every second that your clock runs longer than it's supposed to, you get all antsy about it, and so I couldn't, I buckled under that pressure. Okay, typical start here from Team Smith. Steven put up a guard, is a little bit off the center line, but not a bad effort. This Connor's first rock is just diving. Looks like it may be a little short of the target, just top 12. On ice that's pretty curly, and this ice is curling fairly well. That's gonna kind of act as another guard, unfortunately for them. It's pretty easy to bury behind a rock that's top 12. I did not see if they're going in or if they're going for another guard here, but I think either is kind of a reasonable call. I'd probably be going for a second guard if it were me, but it looks like they're going in. And this is a really nice shot. Didn't quite tuck behind that yellow, unfortunately, but it's edge on edge. So Bencho's asking for hack weight hit here from Connor. got Ben on it right away. But this one is really curling. My goodness, look at that dive. Oh, not quite. The nice thing about playing that hack weight was, and it was probably a little bit more than that, but they kept their yellow around in the wing. So, you know, that's why it's good to play that shot with a little less weight, so then if you do rub your guard, you know, you keep that in play. And so now, you know, Team Smith's going to have to play with a little bit more risk here, because if they don't get a good guard over this rock and they're able, and Team Delamente can make a hit on that shot stone, then they can sit too. And kind of be in control of the end. Unfortunately, that guard came a little bit deep and has left the shot stone open. So I think Ben is going to end up peeling that top guard. I don't know if that was the call, but oh, that was the call. With a 2-point lead, that's not a bad call. You can't really, this is one of those, you kind of can't guard everything unless you're playing at the Chesapeake Curling Club in Easton, Maryland, because there's one set of stones that they used to have at that club where some of the stones were actually a little bit bigger than the rest of them, and we used to give those to our lead. I don't know if they still have those stones. It's been a few years since I've played there. They weren't that much bigger, just like they were like a little bit older and like kind of the flatter, wider curling stones. This is what happens when I don't have somebody doing color commentary with me, Ken. I just start telling anecdotes from my 15 years of curling escapades.
So I'm going to have to listen to the stream just so I can catch up on what I missed.
Catch up on Courtney's hot takes. Oh, gosh. Well, it seems like Team Smith has a case of the I can't keep my guard out of the house, unfortunately. So we'll credit that to the ice makers, because the ice is nice and fast. Oh, that was a nice double. Unfortunately, doesn't stick around. Oh, is Andy joining me? We're going to get some legitimate commentary from our own Scotsman, Andy Ingles. Thank you. Oh, there you are. Wait.
Here I am. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Andy.
How's it going?
It's great. How are you?
Very well. We've just been out doing the mid-game ice prep. We mop the sheets and we do a little extra pebble in the slide path just to keep the conditions as good as we can.
Yeah.
And that's all done, so we just enjoy the rest of the game.
Yeah. And I appreciate that you're hanging out over here with us. Andy's wife is playing on sheet D on Team English.
That's right, yeah. Keeping an eye on that one. So what's happening over here on our feature?
Well, they didn't hang the score, but Team Smith scored 2 points in the fourth end to kind of get themselves back in this. And
so pretty open end, and
they had some guard. Well, they had some guards. The guards were peeled, and the replacement guards ended up in the house.
I see.
So that's how we ended up in sort of a more open situation. But it does look like they got a miss out of Devon here and flashing that open hit. So now Melvin can pop a guard up on this rock in the top 12, and we'd be in good position to maybe get a force.
Yeah, I think it's too early to come around. How many rocks have we got left? Yeah, still 3 rocks left, so...
I like a guard.
I like a guard too. Looks like he might try to come in immediately, but...
Oh, is he going in?
That's what it looks like.
Jamie says the call is in. I thought he said a guard.
I agree with you, Courtney. I do think you got time to throw another.
I do too.
And it's got nice curl tonight. The rocks are a little sharper now, and you're getting a good amount of curl. Especially if you don't throw enough rotation, it really hurts you.
Yes, we have seen a couple rocks that did not have good rotation and kind of took off. Let's see, where's this one ending up? I mean, it's great weight. Unfortunately, not buried. But you know, even if this one was dead buried, it's not the easiest double, but it wouldn't be the hardest double in the world either. So I don't know. I kind of liked keeping the play out of the house a little bit longer, but we'll see how. I mean, I would say if it was a tied game, I might feel differently about it. But down 2, I really think the guard was probably the right call.
Yeah, you got to get more. Yeah, you've got to take a few more chances, right?
Yeah.
All right, didn't make the roll there, but nice hit and roll away, actually, which is fine for Benjo. He won't be sad about that.
No, it was a good shot. I think that shot puts him in a good position to make sure he's going to score here. We talked a little bit in an earlier end about, you know, not going too hard for a roll, because if you roll too far, then you're not forcing your opponent to make anything that hard. So,
yeah, I think that's really good advice. I mean, hit and roll is a much harder shot than people think it is, right? To make the perfect roll.
Some people make it look really easy.
I know.
It is not. When I make a perfect roll like that, and I've been curling for a long time, but when I make a perfect roll, it still is the thing that I think charges me up more than a lot of things.
Very satisfying feeling.
Yes.
I agree, absolutely.
You just sort of expect yourself to like sink draws. Those are like, but the hit and rolls, like when you make those, you're like, it's a little feather in your
I've
cap.
seen this on TV, and I just did it. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. Here's Nick throwing his first. He wants to make the roll for sure to get under cover. I don't know if he's going to make it, although they were sweeping it.
I know, they were.
For line, I think misjudged it slightly.
We got a bit of a roar out of Melvin. I think that is the roar of someone who knows he overswept overcalled the sweep on that one. I've made that sound myself before.
All right, so here's Benjo. He may end up being forced here, but that's not a huge problem at this stage of the game, as long as you score.
Yep. Scoring is priority 1 when you are up 2 with the hammer and only 4 ends left. I'm like, wait, I'm counting on my fingers. Yes, it's 4 ends left. Well, 3 and a
3
few
and a bit.
rounds.
3 and a wee bit.
And a wee bit. I love it.
Here we go. Let's see if Benjo can make this happen. Called him off so far, sweeping for curl. So I think he is trying to roll under here.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, buries a piece.
Yeah.
I think
You can chip it out, but your shooter won't stick around.
yeah, I think
You'd have to play it with kind of a down weight.
interesting. Going
So
for the
he's going
run
for the
instead, which yeah, I can see that. It's kind of a 50-50.
A high reward if you that way you can get 2 counting.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has half of that rock. I think it's just whatever you're more comfortable with, you know?
Yeah.
You have actually probably a little more room for error playing the run. It's quite short. You just hit this sort of anywhere on the high side.
Yeah, anywhere high is okay, right? And
Yeah.
I think I've been watching a lot of curling on the TV because it's that time of year, right? And this,
Yes.
and they would be playing this like 9 times out of 10. They would
Yeah.
play this, but that's a higher level. Where it's just this would be a routine shot.
I think he's close.
Yeah, I think he's got something here.
Oh, curl, curl, curl. I think he's got it. Nice shot.
Yeah, good shot.
Yep.
So it will be a force here.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes, you know, these can be missed. So, you know, you got to ask the question.
Yes.
There are no gimmies.
Yep. I think, you know, I think the hit here is probably the shot I would pick if I were throwing this. You just have to anywhere nose.
There was
to
an amazing run back on sheet A to double out. A double run back for a double out of 2 other rocks.
Wow. I may have to bring that up on the other stream and check it out.
And by run back, I meant from a full length of the guard zone run back. So
Wow.
it's yeah, really long run back.
And here's Benjo throwing his hammer. A bit slight panic there on the sweep, but they really didn't need to. I think
it looks fine.
as long as he holds on, yeah, he's
it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, good shot. Take the single. Job done.
Job done. Okay, I'm rewinding to see this. What? Oh my God. Look at this, Andy. It is a 1 guard.
Oh my goodness. Doesn't get much longer than that, does it?
No. Honestly, like, I can't believe that guard is so long.
So it's yellow throwing. Okay. Atkinson.
Oh, wait. I went too far.
So yellow into. Oh, but they knocked their own
Oh,
out.
no.
Oh, okay.
So it was a disaster.
So that was absolutely the worst outcome. Oh, no.
I didn't realize what color. I didn't look at the rock color. It was so far at the edge of the screen, I didn't even look at the color.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, so under a lot of pressure now on GA Atkinson with that miss. There's a lot of reds in there.
Well,
Yeah.
they just got rid of 1 of them, but
Oh
still
my
counting
gosh.
3.
Okay, Benjo has finally decided that he's going to stop throwing up guards. He'd been going hard on the guard, calling the first rock as a guard up until now, but down to 3 ends left in this game, and he is going a little bit more on the defense.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, you're up 3. There's no need to. Although this looks like it might go all the way through.
Yeah, that one, you know, I'd probably leave it back there, but it was, I think, going through with or without that sweeping.
It's one of those things. I mean, how many times have we seen that? You know, your lead, you've been throwing the guards all game, and then
You call in.
it's the 6th end. Oh, I gotta go in the house.
Oh,
now,
I don't
and
think
you
Connor's
know,
missed a guard this whole game.
Yeah.
He's made like every single one, and
that adjustment. Yeah.
uh-oh. And now Steven's putting his guard in the house.
Yeah, this is coming in for sure.
Oh, Steven. Good sweeping there from Devin to try to bring that one over. I'm not sure what I think about how effective that probably is at a bit more weight, but certainly shouldn't hurt on this ice.
Yeah, and these are competition pads, of course, so not as effective as our club pads that we're normally using for club play.
When we first started curling with this fabric, I played with a girl who said to me, she's like, it feels like I'm sweeping with a wet t-shirt. And oh, shout out to Katie Kovac.
Ah, yes,
Katie Kovac. She had a lot of good curling one-liners. She said to me one time, this is my favorite, Courtney, I have good news and bad news. And I was like, uh-oh, what is that? She's like, I'm getting really good at the peel of shame.
Oh, that's good. I like that. All right, well, this completely open house really suits Del Armenti just fine.
Yeah.
So I think Nick Smith is going to go for more guards if he gets a chance here.
Yeah.
I mean, even if
He did kind of. Honestly, you know what I do is I guard that thing.
I'm with you. I think I would throw another one here.
I'd throw one over that.
'Cause it's, first of all, not your color, and it's so tight to the rings.
Yeah.
It might even be on touching the rings. Hard. No, I don't think so, but it's very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Courtney. I would. It's still early. Throw another guard here. But I think they're going in.
Yep. This is still second stone, so early in the end. Uh-oh. We're having a little bit of dispute as to the weight of this shot, but I think it is diving at that guard. So Benjo sweeping furiously to get that out of play. This is a wise decision on his part.
And now get the red one out of play.
Yep, and now there goes your rock, and unfortunately you have no guards either.
Should be a little bit of a wobble there, but good recovery. This should be
last year's curler of the year, Ben Peters.
And he makes the peel.
He is one of those people who I feel like every time I show up at this club, he's here.
Yes, he's there a lot.
To be a little more specific when I say Curl of the Year, it's the Potomac Curling Club Curl of the Year, not like worldwide.
Not like worldwide Curler of the Year. I mean, though, the
Not
Potomac
yet.
Curler of the Year award could be an international phenomenon. You never know.
There is only one Potomac Curler.
Actually, there was two, and the other Potomac
Oh,
Curler of the
okay.
Year is out there, too.
Well, you got to shout out one if you shout out the other, you know.
Yes, we can shout out the other is on sheet A, Leena Hornlein.
All right, so guard and play now for Smith. So I think we'll see an immediate peel here. Yep, yep. Not interested in drawing around that.
Yeah.
This one's floating. This
is, we really get to see when Connor leans on the broom, he really can. He has made some rocks just absolutely warp since we've been watching this.
So this is one of those like pretty frustrating situations for Smith, and one of the things you can try to do is just put the guard in a different spot, like make them throw a different hit, and see a different line, then maybe get a mistake.
Yeah. This is a technique I would also employ.
Nice looking guard here. Good weight. And once again, straight away going for the peel.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Too much Connor.
So this might not roll out. Yeah, no. So it leaves the guy. So that's the mistake.
Yep.
Half mistake that Smith's looking for.
Yep. Any guard's a good guard when you're trying to score, and
Absolutely.
let's see if Melvin can get a good one behind this guard and set them up nicely. This does not look heavy. They may be getting another guard out of this.
Line's pretty nice if it's got the right weight.
Nick is employing a technique that I also use, which is change my position so it looks like the rock is going to go get by. It does.
I think we've all done that.
If you lean far enough to the direction that you're walking, you can actually move the guard.
Well, I did get it around.
He did. That was some. I did not think that had the legs to get there. That was a great shot. Good team shot.
We must be thinking about the run here. You think?
That's what I'd be playing.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you peel it, even if you give up 2 here, it really still in good shape. You're up 3.
Exactly.
Play the run. It's your color. This to me seems like a no-brainer.
Yep, I agree, and that's what they're. I think that's what they're deciding. I mean, nothing else. There's really nowhere easy to draw to anyway, even if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think they could certainly tuck probably back 4 foot behind that rock in the top 8 with the amount of curl that we're getting, but you know, it's just not worth it, I think.
I agree.
Because again, you give up 2 here, you're still up 1 with the hammer, which is a good place to be.
Yeah, you're controlling. Absolutely, I totally agree with you. And the draw behind it, you play that if you need to steal, right? That's when you're playing that. All right, let's see what we got.
Oh, it looks like we may get to see a hit through the hole on sheet C. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love a good hit through the hole.
This is
He's close.
Make contact.
Oh, no.
Oh, and leaves the guard too.
Yeah, the only thing is it kind of doesn't really matter that he's leaving the guard. Even if you draw behind that guard, he's going to hit the open one probably.
Yeah, yep.
We did not see a hit through the hole, unfortunately, for Brady's team. They're just kind of struggling to get things going over there. I feel like every time I check in on sheet C, they're chasing pretty much every end. There was one end that they had a couple buried behind a corner guard. It was looking really good, and Alex came down and made just a pistol of a freeze to get them out of it. He's been curling for quite a long time and is a very good curler.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know the team playing yellow, but they're really on it this game. They're making a lot of shots.
Yeah, Alex has been I mean, he's, I believe, a former national champion in, I think in doubles, and I think he was on a junior team. I don't know, but he's played a lot. He's a very good curler.
That's another good-looking shot coming in.
Yeah.
On C. Just gonna leave it. Yeah, so you can't hit that and be shot. So yeah, really nice.
It's a pretty good draw. Yeah. That's a hard one to score now. Oh, I guess he's got 2, but okay. So Nick's trying to sit 2.
Yep. Even if you just.
Oh my God, 4-3, sweep it.
It's got to be, even if it's wide open. You just got to get it in.
Just go.
Oh, they think they're okay now.
They're on it. Yeah, we've had a couple rocks that Nick has thrown that they were a little nonchalant about, and then they just kind of seized up. So, but that's a nice draw, a really good shot. Benjo is not even going to flirt with that guard. He's going to try to play the hit and roll into the 4-foot. This is a wise decision with the way they've been playing this game.
Nice thing about that Nick's last throw is where it landed up. If you make the hit and roll too good, you have a really short tap back.
Yeah.
So the red's in a really good spot.
It's open enough, yeah. Yeah, they had kind of talked about would they just draw open because, you know, one's open, you know he's probably just going to hit it. But, yeah, that's in a really good position. Okay, Benjo's last rock is underway here. Oh, wow.
It just turned on them. Wow, he makes it go away, which is the main thing.
Yep.
Doesn't stick around for shot, but.
Curled a bit more than they were expecting. Same draw, and it can come down to the one he just threw. It's always nice when you can throw the same shot you just threw and have a little backing.
Absolutely. Just don't miss it, then you look really foolish.
Yeah.
But I think Hicks should make this one. I think 9 times out of 10. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hammer draw here on sheet C. Looks like just a
Oof.
Oh,
trying
gosh.
to outcount 4.
I have to say, I haven't envied many of Brady's shots in this game. Every time I look over. Oh, God. Nick may have given them a little too much extra. I think it's fine. They're freaking out, and this looks fine. It's like T-line.
All right. Beautiful draw for 1 on sheet C.
Gilad was freaking out, and,
it's like on
it
the
stopped on the pin.
So that's 2.
But I guess that's on brand with how his weight calls have been this game. The ones that he thought were all there came up short. So
so what happened on B?
They took
C.
2.
Okay.
I didn't screw anything up, did I? I put the scores in when you were gone.
No, that was fine.
Yay.
Who took 2?
Red.
Red, okay.
So, with 2 ends left to play, Red's gotten themselves back in this.
Yeah, all to play for. And they did make the draw on C for the single. A really tough draw. Made it perfectly.
He made it?
Yeah. So
I
it's still in the
looked
game.
away.
Yeah, it stopped right on the T line, full 4.
Yeah, had both B and C happening at the same
I,
time there. It's like
I was having so much fun making fun of Gilad that that I missed Brady's hero draw.
Oh my gosh, that's a money shot.
I can never give up a good opportunity to rib a Kempenich. Like there's small pleasures in my life.
All right, here we go. Looking for center guard here. I assume.
Okay. Yes.
This one is way over curling though. Looks like it might have trouble getting over. I'm not sure.
Uh-oh. Steven.
Oh no, that is not what they're looking for.
Oh, Steven. Is he going to put the second one in the house?
So I'll do this.
Am I going to jinx him? Commentator's curse.
This could be a draw to the wing. I didn't really see the call. I'm curious to see what they decide to do here. Yeah, it looks like he wants to go in, which makes sense.
I mean, I would be going in. Oh, gosh. Poor Connor.
Oh, no.
He throws all these perfect draws, or all these perfect guards, and then when he gets asked to put them in the house, he's a little heavy. I have to say, though, he is, Connor is a 5 and under curler, and he is just a very nice guy. He's a second year, Jamie. Oh, my goodness.
That's incredible.
He is a really good shot maker and just a really stand-up guy as well. He's participated in Glitter, and that was how I initially met him. He was new to our club last season and signed on as a single player to a team in Glitter, and I don't know him very well, but man, every time I play against him, he seems like a really nice guy. So. What's the 3 for? Oh. What? Oh, he's a 3rd year. I've been corrected. But he is playing with some other 5 and under curlers from the Potomac Curling Club in this year's 5 and under national championship bonspiel. He is playing with curler of the year Leena on sheet A. One of my favorite humans on the planet, Jackie Sharp, also playing on sheet A, and Jackie's husband, Josh D. And I think they're a pretty good team. Jackie and Josh have been playing, gosh, they play a lot too. Even though Jackie did a Fulbright in Uzbekistan for a while this fall, she's still been at the curling club more than me, I think. And I have to say for 5 and under curlers, these guys are getting great mentorship and really just they're good stewards of the game, good sportsmen. And I played against Josh last night in Capital League and just narrowly escaped that one with a victory. He was just on fire the whole game. So it really makes me happy to see that because, you know, when I was a newer curler, I didn't have quite the level of mentorship that these guys had. You know, I kind of came up learning to do things a little bit more on my own, and so I really like that members of this club really try to give back, and I try to be one of those people. I had really hoped to get myself a couple new curlers and come and play in this event this year, but my personal life was a little hectic, and I thought I would be occupied this weekend, so I was not able to do that. But I'm happy that we have such a culture that's really getting young curlers like Jamie, who's also sitting right near me, how many years have you been curling? This is his 5th year, and he's also playing pretty darn well. He was not playing in our Capital League game last week. They needed him, clearly.
Well, we've got a couple of guards in play, off center, and the draw is coming in here from Smith. It is going to bury mostly, I think, top 8. Nice shot. So things are getting interesting.
Nice shot, Glad. Yes.
Going for the run here, and Ben just made a run double in his previous, so be feeling pretty confident.
See, these great things happen when I'm just talking and talking.
There we go. Well, that one looks a little tight, though.
That one is, but he'll probably get the double peel on those guards. It might redirect onto it.
Oh yeah, there you are. You called it. Yep, clears everying. And that's actually great.
That's better than what they called.
Yeah, that's the best possible outcome, actually, yeah.
It is going to be a hard to get the force without a guard here.
Force or steal? Well, I think it's about 50-50 in this case. If you force, it's tied. If you force, they're up 2. If you steal, it's tied.
I mean,
so
it's really what you like to play, right? Like,
yeah.
They've been scoring in 2s, but you're going to have to steal either way, right? So going for the steal, I think, would have been ideal, but having that hogged first rock was really going to make that a tall order.
Right. Yeah, if you force, score 2, and then steal, right? That's the other path. Or score 3, but let's assume 2 and then steal. But I don't know about you, Courtney. I'm a bit maybe old-fashioned. I kind of like points on the board. I'm like a points on the board kind of guy.
So you'd like to steal here?
Yeah, I think I would just go for the steal.
Yeah, people always ask me, would you rather be up 1 with or down 1 without? Or wait.
Yeah, up 1 without or down 1 with.
Yes. And I think historically I always wanted to be winning, right? Like, I don't know. I always felt more like it was like my destiny was in my hands if I was up 1 without. But more recently with 5 rock rule, I've had a lot better luck of down 1 with. I feel like my personal results are maybe getting better and better with down 1 with. Does that mean it's, I don't know. I don't hate either of them, but
right. They're both.
I'm never comfortable when I'm up 1 without. When I'm without the hammer and I'm like it's the last end, I'm never comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. For me, it's strange because there's a certain like psychological piece that comes with not having a hammer because it's the team with the hammer is expected to win, and so you start to feel a bit less pressure. But it's very personal, I think.
Yeah. I can't believe that Connor, he is such a good sweeper. I cannot believe how well he held that.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to some of the sports, the Grand Slam commentary, and they were talking about how height really is when you look at like the teams with. Not to say that height is the only thing, because gosh, I think Bobby Lammy and Hammy Jr. are probably two of the best sweepers on the planet. Neither of them, they probably are like my weight, and they're taller. I think they're a bit bigger than me, but they're pretty slender guys.
But they're machines, right?
And they are
crazy.
Ridiculous when it comes to sweeping. But man, when you look at the tall guys leaning on the broom, it's pretty impressive, and I think there's definitely something to be said for height in terms of getting leverage on the broom.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that has to be right. Just that leverage. Yeah, yeah. That's why I play skips, because I'm only 5'8", so not a lot of leverage there.
Yeah. So this is an interesting call on Nick's part. You know, he's kind of baiting Benjo into making a decision. You know, do you go for your 2 here? And I don't know I don't know that there's any wrong answer. I think given the opportunity to blank this and keep the hammer and go 1 up into the last end, I think most people say that's a good place to be. But being up 3 without the hammer is not a bad place either. I suspect Benjo will probably just draw this one open side to a place where they can't out-count it under that guard. Oh, nope. It's proving me wrong.
Yeah, they thought about it.
He's going for 2, maybe.
There's still... Yeah, no, I think you're right. It is it's very interesting. Nick decided not to throw a center and decided to play this sort of corner.
I think he knew if he threw the center, Benjo would peel it, and this is probably his only chance to maybe bait Benjo into playing what he wants him to play, which is play a draw and hope he can get the force. Oh, he's taking a lot of ice. I don't think it's not going to bury with that much ice. That's going to be like...
Well, they're having a bit of a debate here. Well, they've got plenty of time left, so they've got time to discuss it.
I think Ben knows. I think Ben's got a good head on his shoulders for strategy as well, so probably just wants to get a little bit of his input as well. Oh, they're going open side.
That was a good discussion there. Sometimes the front end, it's worth it to talk to them and take their temperature. They can contribute a lot as well to the team strategy.
Oh, this looks fine. They're like freaking out.
It looks all there, if anything.
The only problem is it needs to stop in a place where they can't out-count it, and it looks like it's done that.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. Not a lot of great options
So now the
here.
question is do you play the freeze?
Oof.
So, I mean, this is the question. It's really hard to win a game when you are down 2 without the hammer. Or, sorry, down 1 without the hammer.
Yeah. I don't know if I would go all in with the freeze.
Go all in with the freeze?
I think I would just hit it and take my chances in the next one.
Take your chances.
It's not a great freeze. It's just it's not a great freeze opportunity. That's the problem.
No, it is behind the tee.
Yeah.
Yep, Nick's happy with the steal. You just said that to Steven and Gilad.
Right. Yeah, you know what you have to do next end? You just go all in.
Yep.
Steal or steal 2, It's a simple game plan, which helps.
I mean, we, in an earlier game, we saw on the women's side a steal of 2 to tie the game up in the 8th end, and then a steal in the extra to win it. So it can happen.
Well, he's not on it
Oh,
yet.
gosh.
This has got a curl, and it's not going to. So that is
Oh, no.
an open draw for 2 now for Benjo, and he'll definitely take that to go up 3.
Oh.
And he can just throw the same thing he just did. So on sheet C, the game is finished.
Oh, another 2 in the 7th end for red. Second win on the board for Team Bera. I'm happy for those ladies.
Yeah.
3 of them were my teammates last season.
And it looks like Leichter won against
Brady Gould.
Gould.
Yep.
Sheet C, so that game's over as well. Despite some heroic skip stones.
Oh, man. I think he should get a star for that draw in the 6th, man. That was brutal.
We're not touching this one yet, but it looks okay.
It looks fine.
Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Good shot there. So now, back against the wall for Smith, but they do have the hammer.
They were ready to steal. Now they just got to manufacture a 3 and steal.
Absolutely possible. I have definitely lost games up while up 3, so I know it can be done.
I don't want to admit, but I have lost games being up more than 3. Not in the last 2 ends. Maybe. I don't know.
It's fair to say we've all had our moments in curling that we regret. So the game on D is continuing, but it's dominate position for Team Bera right now. They're up 4. It's
I
eight
thought
to
somebody
4.
said there were handshakes.
Well, they are playing the 8th, but they're down 4. Team English, so a lot of work to do there.
I'd still play it out. You never know.
Expecting Delarmenti to put this one in the house. Definitely don't want to accidentally throw a center guard here, which is absolutely possible to do. You know, if it starts slowing down a bit, you don't adjust.
I lost my stopwatch. I don't know if it's slowing down.
Speed's been pretty good.
Speed has been great. There it is.
What we like to see. So interesting. No, he is going for the guard, I think, which is absolutely necessary.
Hey, and Connor shook off the white whale that was the draw to the 4-foot. Good job, Connor.
Yeah, nice, great first rock from Connor. And Nick Smith is kind of forced to ignore it, even though it's really almost on the button, because he needs to take some risks and get 3, so he needs guards. You never feel great about leaving a stone on the button, but
No, but there's a lot of rocks to be played, so.
So they really like to put this pretty much right in front of their existing rock. Top 4, top 8. And that looks
Just kind of
pretty good.
That is a nice shot. 2 good ones from Connor.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yep.
This would not be out of place, this picture at a Grand Slam of curling
Yeah.
event, that rock placement.
Yeah. I will say I absolutely love the ladies that sweeper slide on the same side on sheet A. It's so cute and old school.
Oh, I love it. I couldn't do it. I would fall over instantly.
Like right
Yeah.
up next to somebody
I know.
too. Oh my goodness. honestly, when it's draws, I second sweeper sweep, but I rarely, if I'm the person out front, I'm not doing much on most of these rocks. They really have shown that sweeper doesn't really do all that much. So
It's the moral support.
it's the moral support. Yeah, I cheer when on my Capital League team. When I'm on the offside, I'm usually just cheering Rob along.
Exactly right. Like, you got this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep
absolutely.
going, Rob. Keep going. At one point, he was like, "My shoulders are dead," and I told him he's not allowed to play a double header unless our game is the early draw game.
Exactly. So just putting a third one in here, I think, which is absolutely the right thing to do. At some point, Nick's going to have to deal with all these yellow stones.
Yep. Galata's made some good hits. So a lot of what I know about curling strategy I learned from Melvin Shaw, and he said something wise to me once. That is, when you need to score a lot of points, you shouldn't be throwing more than backline weight.
Right.
And so there's this part of me that's like, oh, maybe throw this with. I mean, you could throw more than backline, but like I'd love to see like a space weight or hack weight. Just kind of move these rocks around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mean, I know it's obviously really tempting to play the hit and roll. It's a very normal shot, but yeah, like you want to tap those yellows gradually to like the back 4, back 8.
Ooh, Benjo is game awning.
Oh, this is
If I am
interesting.
up 3, you can be damn sure I'd be walking out of that house and peeling one of those probably the better corner guard.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
This is game on.
I'm quite surprised he's also not choosing to hit the one in the house.
Or that, yeah.
Which is pretty open.
Peel it out.
Yeah, just peel it out. I guess he says I'm sitting 2. I'm going to say this is good enough, but
I mean, they're 2 good rocks. Don't get me wrong, but
the downside here also is you're throwing a guard. So helps you right now, but
and look at where that guard ended up. He's guarding the red. A wiser person than me once said, never guard your opponent's stones.
Yes.
Or no, it was Mike Harris said, there's nothing good comes from guarding your opponent's stones. And
I felt for some reason that's coming to me in the voice of Russ Howard. So I think calling for a little tap back and roll here, which I like. I think that makes sense.
I love this shot. They literally he just guarded their rock. Benjo, I do not believe, has taken my strategy clinic. We'll give him oh, Gilad, oh no.
This is a bit too much weight. I think it's going to make contact, but okay, well. Really needed to keep it sure, but.
That, too much weight.
Too much weight, yeah, I think so. However, pushes the yellow behind the tee.
And now Devin is suggesting they run back the guard that they just put there. Oh, nope, he's dry.
I think this is, you know, I hate to admit this, but this is kind of like how it ends up when I'm playing. And it's the last end, and somehow I end up drawing.
And how somehow you end up doing exactly what you don't want to be doing
absolutely.
with a 3-point lead.
Every time, every time.
So over on sheet D, English ran out of rocks, so that is the final as it stands, 8 for Bera.
All right. Well, they dropped to English drops to 1-1. I think Bera that's them 2-0 now. I think.
Yeah. Yep. They came back against Team Jackson in their earlier game. I mean, if Devin's going to make this shot like this, then maybe they're proving me wrong.
Yeah, that is a good shot.
But I still think you can see part of that, and you could come down with like a back house weight and move those around.
Absolutely.
With the way this ice is moving.
Just back 4, back 8 even, you know. Just
Yep.
And that's
You don't have to remove them yet.
No.
Just
still possible. Here's Melvin.
I think he got a little bit wide on this one.
Yes. It's all this is very weight sensitive, the shot.
It's curling nicely. Yes, keep going. I got a 12.5 on this. Oh, this is going to be a really nice shot.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a good result. I know that the red is open, but now all those yellows are now useful.
Oh gosh.
Is he just drawing again?
Calling
Yeah,
the
okay.
draw. My
That's
goodness.
Very fascinating. Like, surely the first instinct for me is obviously hit that red, right?
Oh, he's changing his mind. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, you might have heard him say, "Let them figure out what to do."
Yeah. Don't make the shot for them, but gosh, if they need 3 and they've got 2 rocks in the house, I really just want to get rid of one of them if I can see it.
Well, it's wide open too, so. Well, there's different ways to win a game of curling, and feels good about making this draw, and it looks like it's coming in pretty nicely. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, but might leave out. Yeah.
Oh no.
That angle is not
That is not great.
All right, timeout
Nick's
here
taking
for
his
Smith.
timeout. He has so much time left, but you know what? It's good.
He wants
Bring the team down and talk about this shot, because I think this is a really important moment in this game.
Yeah, it's a good time to take it. I mean, I absolutely agree, and it's definitely an opportunity here to put pressure on. I mean, those yellows are not ideally placed at all. Just to, like, again, you could tap them, and then you've got reds that can't be easily removed. And yeah, it's not over.
I think you have to move. Because right now, he's got to move 4 rocks to bring that top red into play.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he has enough of that top yellow to make the double.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
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 He was talking about potentially just hitting that one and flopping in front of the second shot stone yellow, which I don't hate.
Yeah, you might just tick the back one over a little bit,
Yeah.
which would be nice too.
But is this Melvin's second? Ooh, they do not have they do not have a lot of rocks left.
Yeah. 3 rocks remaining. Yeah. Definitely feel like you have to make some kind of play on those yells, but not remove them. Just tap them back, keep some backing, and then, as Benja was saying, let them figure out what to do.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good time to talk about the time clocks. You can see in the back of the background on sheet B. So you can see the sheet B one is showing the timeout is still in progress. Over in sheet A, you can see there's still plenty of time left for both teams. And those are the only 2 games going on left in this draw.
Yeah, we don't have oh, you can see if you look behind Nick and Devin, you can see the time clocks through the
This
glass.
is curling hard.
Oh,
this is going to go all over the guards.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think he just didn't send it. You know, it just didn't have the weight. It's coming up as a 2-3 guard.
They're looking at it like it might have picked.
Yeah, maybe it did.
And I think that blocks the hit on the other 2. Oh, that is a disaster. Oh, bummer.
Yeah, might grab something there. It's really took off on them.
That's a shame. I hate to see a pick that's that big of a disaster.
And they all seem to happen in the 8th end when there are only a couple of rocks left. It's like I've seen that so many times. It's like I've skipped for the winning team, but you don't feel good about winning when something like that happens.
Benjo's still not interested in hitting the reds.
No.
He's determined to.
Even though it is wide open right now.
He's either drawing again or throwing a guard on his existing rocks. Which, you know, at this point, I think either of those will be enough to win.
Left,
so
yeah.
running out of reds, so. But,
Back 8. Oh, goodness.
no, that is not ideal. Those look pretty good for a draw. Just going to trick off the top red. Yeah. But it's not a bad spot.
Well, I think he has to run that yellow back, try to run it across. I can't. I don't have a telestrator.
Yeah.
I can see. Oh, I can hold the webcam on while you point.
No.
I've never actually tried that. Okay,
Show
Courtney.
me how you're going to do
Let's
webcam
see.
on me.
So at this point, you need a little help,
We
right?
don't have to show you, just the
Show the screen.
Let's see. The poor man's.
The poor man's. Oh, no.
teleprompter. That doesn't
Oh,
work.
God, it's picture in picture.
No, okay, let's
It
forget
was like
that.
a
Sorry.
fractal situation.
I'd have to point it at. I might be able to figure
That
out how
was
to do
so
that.
funny.
But why am I not
Our
getting
poor
out of my
man's
view?
telestrator. So I
that's
think
I
what you
wanted. There
have
we
to
go.
do is hit it on the outside of that top yellow, try to cross the two, get rid of them.
Yeah.
The only problem is you're still going to leave yourself only sitting one, and
Yep.
you have no way to get rid of those back two.
Yeah, you've got a long run double. Is
So
like your only
could
thing.
he double run the yellow center guard into the yellow top 12 onto those two yellows, which is kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, Gilad, no, because you can't bring that top, you'd have to bring that top one in. You can't, I don't think you can, I think you have to run the center line yellow into the red, back into those yellows, and hope that he misses something.
Yeah, you need a miss, right? You need a little help here.
Or maybe you run the corner.
You could double run the corner maybe.
If you ran the corner red into the red, into the yellows, then that would also open up those two.
Yeah.
Okay, Courtney, I'm going to try this again.
You're trying it again?
There we go.
Okay. So I'm
Oops,
thinking
hold,
this.
No, hold it. So for some reason it's not showing that. There it is.
There. I think, oh wait, no, it's this one. I think you run this one into this one, into that.
Yeah.
Kill those two yellows, opens this up, and you have to hope for a miss on Benjo's last, but then you'll have a shot to double off those two yellows, and that's your three.
All right, there
Yeah.
we go. Poor man's
Oh wait, but you wouldn't have to
Tell us,
double
Rita.
off those two anymore, because you've moved this one.
Okay, enough fun with that.
Oh, this was fun.
Well, Smith using up a lot of time here, down to 1 minute 30, and he's got 2 rocks remaining, and he used his timeout
Oh, he's
already.
fine.
So
Yeah, I mean, he's either going to have a shot or no shot on his last, and the shot in his last will be obvious if he's got one. I, for the record, think that there's no way he can get 3 playing this rock, but
very, very tough. He's got to really move all of those yellows out.
I
Oh,
just got a
poor
text
Fran.
that said, that was not fun.
A good way to kill time while we're
Thanks.
waiting.
Though I did also get a text that said
It was
that,
fun for us. I don't care about
that-
those viewers. I had fun.
that viewers are very impressed with the 2 streams.
Not so impressed
Oh.
with a poor man's telestrator.
Yeah, and that's not. Yeah, it didn't work out the way they hoped, and I don't think they're going to have a realistic shot.
Is Benjo going to hit that rock?
I think he's just
The
going to throw a
answer
guard.
is
Yeah,
no.
he's not going to hit anything. He refuses. But at this point, I actually don't mind destroying
Yeah,
the guard
the
here.
guard.
Just what else?
On
'cause
sheet A, we're watching the hammer here, which does nothing, leaving 2 yellow. So steal it to yellow for a win for Atkinson.
And I just don't see anything available for Smith after this. Even if this is missed,
So
I
yeah.
don't really see, because of those side
he would
yellows.
have to actually manage to make a run back quad. He'd have to take out both. He'd have to run back
Right.
to take out the 2 and the 4 foot, and then also shoot it over sideways to take out the other 2.
Right. And I
is
don't, yeah.
You know more about physics than I do, but I'm gonna say I think that's not possible.
I think it's not possible. And, well, the guard did
They're
overcurl.
looking at it though.
Yeah, they got to try something,
Well,
but I don't know.
for those of you over on our sheet AD, this is goodbye to that stream. So thanks for watching, and jump on over to our other stream if you
Is it
want
possible?
to continue to listen to Courtney and Andy.
You know,
I also got a text, Ken, that says that we have a viewer who's